Good morning and thank you for coming through.
Morning, Kendall. Thanks.
Look, Germany-Portugal. Thomas Müller celebrated his 50th cap with a hat-trick, bringing up his 20th international goal.
You know, he did really well. He said before the tournament that he'd love to get the golden boot again, and he's off to a great start. He obviously did it in 2010 when he scored 5 goals, and now he's already scored 3 in his first match. So looking forward to him scoring some more as well.
Right now, in terms of like how the match played out, I mean, Pepe got himself a red card. A lot of tweets that came out after that where people were not like surprised that Pepe got a red card.
I mean, he's got a reputation for being a bit aggro. You know, his temperament gets the best of him at the best of times, I would say. Müller did make a meal of the elbow, but it wasn't all that bad. But I think the situation called for a better temperament from Pepe. It's a big game. It's in the World Cup. You know, his country needed him, and I think he's going to need to apologize to his teammates as well, because the situation called for a cool head. And now it's really cost the team because now they've conceded 4 goals, which doesn't help them as well. It was always going to be difficult against Germany, and he made it near impossible for them. So it was a bad decision from him, and it cost them. And then, you know, Portugal needed the likes of Ronaldo and all these other guys to step up as well. And I think, you know, Pepe's indiscretion there cost the team and cost other players within the team as well. So for Portugal, a terrible day. And Germany, I mean, they were just precision personified. And so they came out, and we expected that from Germany. But they played without a striker, without a target man. They played literally with 6 midfielders kind of thing going forward. And they just looked class at the end of the day. I think
and destroyed Portugal.
They outclassed Portugal from the word go. And Pepe's indiscretion, like I said, cost them dearly. Because coming into this game, if they were going to lose, I don't think they would have wanted to lose by 4 goals, because this group could come down to goal difference. And that could really hurt Portugal in the end.
So with Pepe out, who does he get replaced with in the Portugal team?
Well, they brought on Ricardo Costa. He's been a part of the team. He was with the team in 2010 as well. So they do have someone in him. He's at Valencia. He's someone who can come in and do the job for them. So the loss of Pepe, even though he is probably one of the better centre-halves, I think they can cover for him.
But from what I understand, it's like for like hot head and another hot head, yeah?
I think it's a Portuguese thing. Their players can be temperamental at times. You look at a guy like Contrao as well. He can get into trouble at times as well. But I think they should do okay if they keep a level head.
And Nigeria, let's go to the Nigeria game. That was very disappointing. A lot of people were looking forward to seeing Nigeria, like I said last night, make a meal of Iran. But they made a meal out of the match instead.
Yeah, they disappointed themselves. I think they went into that game knowing that was going to be the game they would need to win. And I would have to say that you have to compliment Iran's organization. I think Carlos Queiroz has done an amazing job with them. They looked very organized in defense, especially. Nigeria always struggled to break them down. There wasn't much synergy within the Nigerian team, and that's why they weren't able to pry open that Iran defense. The funny thing is that Iran actually had the better of the chances. They had a few like corner kicks where they nearly scored. Enyima was the difference for Nigeria as well.
Yeah.
He played a big role for them.
Right, now let's go to the last match of the night, where a lot of expectations were there for a trio of wins for Ghana against the USA. They totally underestimated the USA. 2-1 to the US.
I don't think that they underestimated the USA. I think they knew going into the game that it was going to be a really tough one, because their previous encounters with them have been close. So I don't think they expected any less. But the difference is, you know, they say football is a game. You have to play the full 90 minutes. And the key points in football, the key moments in football is always your first 5 minutes and last 5 minutes of the halves. And that's where Ghana kind of switched off. To concede a goal within the first minute, that hurt them.
29 seconds.
29 seconds. That really hurt them, I think. And then they conceded in the last 5 minutes as well. So that's why they say you have to concentrate for the full 90 minutes, and that's what hurt Ghana in the end.
Mark, I've just heard in my ear that we've got less than a minute to go. What now for Ghana? They've got a tough challenge ahead of them.
They've left themselves a mountain to climb, because their next game is actually Germany. And if they lose that one, that's curtains for them. So they're going to really have to pick themselves up, and they're coming up against, like you said, a German juggernaut. I mean, they look solid. They're going to have to bring their A game against Germany.
Mark, thank you very much. We'll be back in the next hour to talk more. We're previewing tonight's games, right?
Yes, we are. Thanks.
Much appreciated. That was Mark Haskins giving us a lowdown of what happened last night. A bit of a wrap. And we'll be back.